With an acting class for tonight. Welcome, online viewers. Let's get it. Thank you, actors, for being here to help us teach the world this acting lesson for tonight. We're going to be teaching the Zoom acting camera angles scene study tonight is what it's going to be. So we're going to go over 4 very basic camera angles, what they mean and how you can use them as actors tonight. And then Shay was really nice. I'm not that way, so here's the deal. We're not hoping that you rehearse. We need you to rehearse. So think 2 times. You're going to rehearse 2 times this week, and I want to think final performances. Like what am I trying to say? Settle. You know, don't sell yourself short. You should have props. You should have costumes. You should have blocking. You should have come up with creative ideas. You want to ideally bring me 1,010% of what you got so that I can coach you and hopefully make you a little bit better. You know, like that's the goal. You don't want to bring just sort of like a mediocre effort and then have me coach you on something that you probably could have done on your own. All right. So that is your goal, is to really push yourself, stretch. For Dakota and Shay, you two will be doing your scene, but the same homework assignment. So we'll be doing the exercises tonight through your scene, and then you've got the same assignment where it might not even fit into your scene. You might do improv, you might use your actual scene itself, but you're going to think like, how could I use specifically these 4 camera angles? And I'm going to limit you to those, by the way. So how can I use these 4 camera angles and create a story or tell a piece of our scene?
Also, by the way, Dakota George, without your afro, you look awesome still. Nice haircut, bro.
Thanks, man.
Very handsome, very handsome.
How did you get a haircut right now, by the way?
I got the buzzers, dude, and went at it. Just.
You did it yourself?
I had my dad do it, actually.
Okay. All right.
Usually I do it myself.
All right.
Thanks, man.
All right, good. So here we go. Let's grab our notebooks. If you're at home, grab your notebook right now. And we're going to go over a couple of camera angles. This is going to seem really obvious at first, and then we're going to kind of reveal everything that's possible here. So the first 2 camera angles are very simply, we're going to talk about the wide angle and the close-up. Joey, could you call on people for me if I ask questions?
Yeah, I got you, dog.
All right, good. So could I, by raise of hand, somebody, what is a wide angle?
Andrea. I always mess up the name.
Andrea.
Kind of when, it's kind of when you have the complete, like, I'm going to try to use good, like, educational words for this. But it's kind of when you have the complete room in shot, not just like an individual person. You see everything that's going on in, like, the play space of the scene.
Yes, good. Anybody have anything they want to add to a wide angle? Okay, so what do you suppose a wide angle is used for? Anybody?
Dakota.
To establish where you are.
Yep.
Who else
Helps
could
you
possibly
establish
be in the scene?
helps you establish the where.
Is that a hand up, Jenna, or is that like a...
I think she was itching
I mean,
her nose.
I can go. I like usually, at least what I've learned, is to help develop not just the location, but also like everything that includes the mise en scène. So things that could indicate things about your character.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, good. You can definitely show more about your character. You can expose the space a bit for that purpose. Good. I'm going to add on this. So I think, and it really goes into what the two of you already said, but we can use the wide angle to help us tell our story, to help set up what's going on in the story at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
And the wide angle gives you, it gives you the ability to be very physical, to be very big. I used this example last night and got made fun of, but I'm going to use it again anyway. Seinfeld. So those actors in that sitcom they're very big comedic actors, but they're funny and they're emotionally grounded. And so if you look at a character like George Costanza or Kramer, or like George Costanza's dad, and these larger than life characters, even Elaine Bennis, like same thing. They're very physically funny. They use their bodies quite a bit, so they have to pull out in the wide angle, or at least like a really wide medium. But usually they'll pull way back so that these characters can have these big flailing moments, and then they can come back in close. So that's another reason why we can use the wide angle. Okay. So tonight, what I want everyone to do, and I'm going to give you one example, and then I'm going to give everyone a second to think about your own space, okay? So in order to do a wide angle at your place, you want to get to a spot where the camera can be sort of like, I don't know, it could be waist high or even shoulder high, pointed out toward the room. And ideally, it's going to be a corner or something where you can just show as much of the room as possible. And think about your own space. Look around right now and think, what could I do creatively that would be interesting? So, for example, in our teen class today, one of the teen girls had a very like Pretty in Pink type room. You know, everything was put together. There was like, it was just really like well decorated, and so it made sense, like her story, it made sense for her to be journaling on her bed far away, and then I was teaching her how to physicalize from far away. We couldn't really see her very well, but her physicalizations made it very obvious that she was in love. So that gave us a reason to go to the wide angle and sort of to establish this something. Then there was another room that was really barren. It was empty. There was just one chair in it, and it was a big, massive space with like a half wall. And so it looked very much like if we wanted to, we could make that a panicky space, like somebody was trying to hide or get away or something like that. Okay. So think to yourself, what's unique about my space right now? What could I do creatively? Think about you could enter and exit the scene. So you could show the full space, and then you could come into the space or leave the space. You could choose to know that you're being watched, not know you're being watched. And so start brainstorming a little bit about what's unique about your space. You could be hiding in the another good example last night was two of the actors who are in the scene study class, the master class. They were supposed to have some sort of a flirty type relationship, these two girls, and the one girl is sort of manipulating the other girl, and so she's not really into her, but she's like pretending like she is, and pretending like she doesn't know that the other girl's into her. So she would do things in the wide angle where she'd come up close and just like check on her like this, you know, kind of leaning over. And then she made this choice. She went into the closet and you couldn't see her, but the closet's really far away. And then she would like hold something out of the closet, a piece of clothing, and then drop it or something, right? So it gave this idea of, in her space, that's what she had to work with, and she was able to use the wide angle to flirt in a way that was very unique and interesting. Okay, any questions on this? Let's review. What are we going to use the wide angle for?
To use the space creatively with your script.
Yes, use the space creatively. Yeah.
Whenever you need to kind of present big behaviors, so like if it's something comedic, you can use a wide angle to show like the complete thing that's happening.
Totally. Or dramatic. It could be a complete freak out, anger moment. You could be pulling your hair out and scratching the walls, and it would be very interesting in a wide angle versus a close. Anyone else? What about you, Shay?
To set up the scene and to give individualities to the character.
Individualities?
To further characterize the character. So I guess I'm trying to say to let us in on who they are.
Yes. Good.
I got there. It was roundabout.
No, you did. You got there.
Thanks.
Here, we'll give you.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right, good. So, everybody have some ideas about their space?
Yes.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay, good. All right, now let's talk about the close-up really quick. Close-up, actually, Shay, go right back to where you were. That's a good close-up right there. Dakota, yours is pretty good, pretty close. You could probably go a little bit closer. Good, Jonathan, that's good right there. Except you could use some more light, bro.
True.
True.
He said true.
Okay. Brooke, you need to be closer. V, a little closer. Okay, good. Now, when you're in the close, remember this, because you're going to hear a director say, okay, this is your close-up. You want to hardly ever, barely, tiny move. Just don't move. You just want to think and feel. Think and feel, think and feel in the close-up. You have to understand, if your face, like look at Dakota's big old face right there. Imagine that blown up on a big, giant Harkins Theater screen, okay? Now Dakota, do like some movement, like some big movement, like do it fast, like big movement. You see, like this becomes very distracting for us as an audience, and we almost get sick by it. So now come in, Dakota, and instead just be confused, but I just want to see it in your eyes. You're just thinking about it. Yeah, that's it. That's all you got to do. All right, so we'll just do a couple exercises really quick. So everybody come in for the close. Brooke, closer. Closer. All right, good. We are going to go with super pissed. I mean, you couldn't be more livid with another human being if you tried. They fired you for no reason. It just got worse. They hurt a family member of yours. Look right in the camera, everybody. Look right in the lens. Instead of at yourself, look in the lens. Good. You rolling on this?
No, I was posting the other video.
Cool. I want you to roll on this. It's really cool.
Okay.
All right, now, yeah, look at Shay. Look at Shay, everybody. She went in a different direction with this. Somebody hurt somebody she loved. And you know what's interesting about her thought life right now is I'm pretty scared of her. She's at a place where she's hurt, and if she can get herself a little more hurt and let it transfer the tears into anger, I'm terrified of what she's capable of doing. Okay, now let's switch from this hyper anger to you just saw right now you're looking at someone you love and they just had a baby and they're showing you the baby in the screen. And just look at the baby. Or if it's easier for you, a puppy. You see half the people got happier. Oh, it's a puppy. You didn't say puppy. You said baby. All right, good. Now you're concerned. Okay, we're going to go from concerned to terrified. Too much movement there, Kimberly. Let's settle you down. Come in closer. So one of the hard things about a close-up is you have to trust. You've got to trust your thought life because it feels like you're doing nothing. Mm-hmm. But when you watch this back, you'll see the transformation from one feeling to the next, and it's massive. And you hardly had to do anything. You just change your thought life, and it comes across on your face. Okay. You are giddy. You've got a secret that you cannot wait to tell. It's a good one, but you're holding back on it, and you cannot wait to reveal what you got locked up. All right, good job. Okay, so let's go with we're gonna do quick pairings, and I don't mind if we just keep everybody in here for this part. So let's put Shay and Dakota together right now, and Shay, let's have you be the wide angle to start,
Okay.
and Dakota, you're the close up. All right.
All right.
So go in nice and close, Dakota, and remember, your goal is to keep your face very still and have a lot of thought life. You're just thinking and watching, and we are very interested in what you think and how you feel about what you're seeing. So as an audience, you have to understand, us as an audience, what we're doing is we're watching, and Shay's character is interesting, and she's doing something, and we think it's sort of cute or clever or clumsy or whatever. We think it might hurt your feelings. So we go from her, and then we go, oh, I wonder how this character feels about it. And by the time we look, you should be there just feeling and not doing anything that distracts us. So then we can see you and go, yep, that makes sense for what we saw over here. And then we go back and see it. Or if I'm looking at you and I see that slight difference where you went from happy to confused or something, then I would go from your face and go, oh, I'm curious. Why is he confused? Whew. And I go over there, and it should make sense to me. Okay? All right, Shay, so
Do you want just before we start, do you want it like this, or do you want it like this?
either way, that's fine. Why don't you do it like that?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Shay, go ahead. Let's find something creative, some creative choice that you can let us into Sheila's life a little bit. Dakota, you go ahead and get into character, okay? So physically, you are 100% in character. You just have to have discipline to keep yourself still, but everything else physical about him should be happening. There you go, and come in closer so we can really see your eyes, yeah, change the lighting a little bit. There we go. Okay, Shay, you are still too able-bodied. So almost give yourself you need to give yourself a mental obstacle. So let's just say, let's come back toward the camera, and I'm just gonna give you like an example, okay? So stand over by the stairs. And go like on the other side over there. No, I'm sorry, other side. Okay, now you want to clean that. What you were just cleaning. Okay, so look at it from where you are. But you don't know how to get there because of the railing, and you have to figure out how to get around it, and it takes you a second, and it's not easy for you to. There's something that holds you back, and as you try to wipe it, you keep missing the spot you're going for. You're clumsy in certain ways, but very specific in others. Good. Now come back and come right into the camera as her, kind of clumsy, and explain to him what you're trying to do. Be very serious about this.
I have to clean my pictures every Tuesday at 8:40 p.m. or else they get dusty.
Good. Now go and go do it. But you can't get to it. You can't get to it. Come back and explain to him what's going on.
The railing is in the way.
Good. And go back. And give her an idea, Norman. It's a terrible idea, but you give her an idea that would be maybe helpful.
Maybe if you go up the stairs, it will help.
Now tell him why that's a terrible idea, Sheila.
That is an awful idea. That's not where my frames are.
Good. Now go and try again, and you be super awkward about trying to get there. Another idea, Norman? Another bad one?
Try crawling through the bars.
Norman, my head is too big. I can't get my head stuck in the bars.
Again?
Again.
All right, good. Yeah, good. That's the scene. Joey, those effects, they don't work on every moment.
Well, you know, they're just, yeah. I'll take the L. It's fine.
Okay, good. So, class, what did we see? What did we learn here?
I really, really wanted to press the drum roll there, and I held myself back.
Thank you. Thank you. Come on, Jenna, what'd you learn?
It was easier to focus on Dakota's reactions since he wasn't like in the same frame as her.
Totally. And we got to see a lot of her character, and we got to like kind of experience this thing, and Shay gets to get away with a lot back there. Like, I don't know where the frame is. You probably could have reached it if you wanted to very easily. I don't know. But we're just going to believe what you tell us to believe.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Anything else anybody got from that?
I feel like you can kind of see the kind of friendship they would have because like she's video calling him to tell him she can't get to her pictures.
Right.
So it makes they could maybe be like brother and sister or something.
Yeah, and definitely. So let's just call it. It would definitely be an intimate relationship because they feel comfortable doing normal everyday stuff in front of each other. And that would make sense, the two of you, because they're actually like love interests in the play. But they're handicapped in a way, and so they are like kids, very much so. So they would come across as brother sister. That would be that energy. Like she would get mad at him like Rosalind gets mad at Jack. You know, but then at the same time they love each other. You know. What did the two of you get out of that?
I thought exactly what you said, like I could get away with a lot. I thought I really liked being in the wide angle because there was a plethora of things in front of me that I could do. But I had to keep aware that even though the focus was being put on me, but also on Dakota's facial reactions, that I needed to be aware of the way that my body was moving, the way that my face was, even if my back is turned, that I'm having those reactions as well. And even though you can see what's going on and that I'm being able to create the space, it's still super important to remember that you are responsible for what's going on in your face and your thought life, no matter where the angle's at.
100%. That's totally true. And I want you to know too that when you go back to redo this for your homework, the two of you think of ways whenever you're in the wide angle, how could I be more physical? That's why I gave you the big obstacle, because it's interesting to see you trying to, be Superman and get around certain things, and then watching him watch you like you're on the edge of a cliff about to fall off. I mean, it's like it's interesting. So
and it's kind of a gift too, because I feel like in a wide angle, sorry, I know that light. I'm trying to stick my head in front of that light.
It's all good.
If if you don't use the space and use your physicality in a wide angle, I think you get swallowed up by the room.
Yes.
And
Yes.
swallowed
And
up by the, you know what I mean?
And it's just such a missed opportunity. Okay. So
Yeah.
so for the class, and I'm stopping here for a second because I want everybody to sort of get the point for this. And then we're gonna fast track. I'm gonna do, let's see, how many do we have tonight? 2, 4, 6.
9.
9.
Including
Okay.
me.
Great. So what we'll do is we're gonna do probably one more scene in these 2 angles, and then I'll teach you the other 2 angles, and we'll do the next 3 scenes in the other 2 angles. But the idea here, in their scene, imagine this, okay? So these are love interests, and they're both slightly handicapped in some way, mentally and physically, and that to the point they have to live in a group home and be taken care of, but they still have all these like big grown-up feelings, and they really do sincerely love each other, okay? But mentally, these 2 are closer to like 8 in a lot of ways. So imagine there's this part in their scene where Dakota's character Norman says, "Oh, I have a great idea for that," or something, and he goes to get an egg timer. Okay. Now, when you guys did masterclass, it was all really like rushed and it was hard to follow this thing, right? There it is. Now imagine though, if he said that, and then with the same type of energy but very under control, set the phone down, and then it ended up in this wide angle. And then we see him thinking and slowly moving, and we watch Sheila watch him, and he gets up on like a step ladder, and he's reaching for something, and the whole time she's terrified that he's gonna eat it, you know?
Right.
That type of choice, something like that, in different areas of your scene will help us understand the relationship. You know, we saw two of our audience members today for your scene said, "Oh, like I felt this type of relationship." That's what you want to be able to do with silence. Okay? All right, very good. Moving on. Let's have, please, Nick and Jonathan.
What's up?
What's up, dude? Change my mind. I'm going to save you guys, actually, for another shot. I have an idea I'm going to save you for. Let's go with Kimberly and V. All right. So, V, let's give you the wide.
Say it again.
Let's give you the wide angle. Did you
Okay.
think of something creative for your space?
Is it good?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Okay, so what did you think of creative for your space?
I mean, I feel like I can get in and out here,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know.
Okay, so why don't we do, this looks like a bedroom type situation?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe let's have you come home in a particular emotion of sorts. We'll see you walk in the door, and let's give you a private moment. And Kimberly, you're in very ominous light right now. You guys see that? Stay.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna have you looking in on this scene, okay? And we're watching you watch her.
Okay.
And let's say you are, let's say you're jealous, and you know that she's been seeing your boyfriend,
Okay.
and you are now you've somehow got yourself in, and then you cannot wait for the opportunity to surprise her and bring your voice into the scene. And when the time is just right, do that, and V, you'll let yourself get surprised by it, okay? So why don't you, V? Why don't you? Could you flip your phone around so that you can't see yourself?
I think so. I don't. Let's see. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but
There you go.
try to fix this.
So that way,
Is it still?
yeah, we can see it. It's great. So now what's interesting is when I want you at sometimes to go right through the camera, just like you are now, and do something, and then go back in the background and think to, like, sometimes we can see like your head and sometimes we can't. So if you go backwards
Okay.
toward the TV, I'll tell you where we can see your head.
Okay.
So right there, we can see your head. Okay, so anything there and back, we can see your head. And if you come forward, we can't, and that's okay too. So you're going to be doing different things. But at some point, you want to be getting close to the phone and let yourself be surprised.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Let yourself be surprised when she comes and, like, interrupts the scene. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't know she's watching you. Did we lose her? Me and my creative camera angles.
Yes, she's
She's back.
back.
Sorry, my phone decided to like turn off.
That's okay. So you're back. So what I mean is, like, let yourself get close to the camera, be doing different things, and then back in the background, and then so that you forget that there's even a camera on, and when she comes in with her voice, you can be legitimately surprised and shocked, and then we can see this, like, first moment.
Gotcha.
Okay, here we go. And everyone be watching Kimberly watch her too, right? And V, let's just say you just got back from the guy's house and it was awesome, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Hey. Excuse me.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
So V, you didn't know she was watching you, and so be like offended. Grab your phone and turn it around. Like, what the heck?
Wait. What are you doing?
Just seeing what you like.
What do you mean?
I know who you are.
Who are you?
Dang, this thing's good. Dramatic. All right, good scene. Very good, ladies. All right, what do we notice? What do we notice, class? Yes, Andrea.
It was interesting seeing like the contrast because one of them was so clearly like really happy and the other one was so sad
Right.
and pissed off.
And the more happy the one got, the more pissed off the other got, which was very interesting too. Like, you'd see her taking a selfie, you assume she's sending it to the boy. So you couldn't wait to look back at Kimberly's face and be like, ooh, I wonder how she feels about that. What else? Yo, Dakota.
Yeah, it was really interesting to see the contrast between the two. And it was also interesting just to see how, like, free V could be in her own space.
Yeah.
And, like, just how casual everything could be, and, like, how real that felt. Like you were honestly just looking into someone's room while they were just doing whatever.
Totally. And V, I would challenge you when you look back on this to think, how could I have gotten more physical too? with my character doing more things that could continue to push her buttons in different ways. So understand that when you're in the wide angle, you get a lot of freedom, and when you're in the close up, you get very little. So when you're in that wide angle, use it. You use that as an opportunity to physicalize your character. Okay, ready? We're going to talk about the next 2 camera angles for the evening, and this is going to be your homework for this week are going to be those 2 angles and then these 2 angles. So we're going to talk about the high angle and the low angle. High angle, low angle. Okay, so here's an easy way to remember this. The high and low, those 2 words, they go with the camera. So the low angle is the camera down, low, coming up at you. And the high angle is up, high, coming down at you. Okay? High angle, low angle. The low angle is going to create a powerful character. It's oftentimes used for the boss, for the intimidating character, the bully, the bad guy when he's still got the power.
Wait, this is for the high or the low?
The low angle coming up.
Okay.
But interesting, this pose is also, or this angle is also used for superheroes. It's also used to show the good guy having power. So it really, really does depend on how you're standing, how you're using your physicality, and what your emotion is. I actually posted a picture on Instagram earlier just before class on purpose, and I did like an under the chin angle, which would normally be very, like it'd be an angle you would never take. But if you tuck your chin down and you're coming at an upward angle and you do it just right, I looked more determined than than chubby, because that can be what happens when you come from an upward angle, is it can be not flattering. But if you find the way to come up, you can actually look powerful from that place. Okay, so that is your power angle, and depending on how far you go with that angle, you can change quite a bit. The high angle coming down at you, that is going to make you come across as innocent, nice, weak. You are the intimidated character. And it's sort of like magic how this works, okay? So now understand that when you do your homework, you're going to be able to take these 2 angles and the other 2 angles and mix and match and then use them together in different ways. So you could do a wide angle that's an upward shot, juxtaposed with a close up that is a downward angle. Like you can do any kind of mix. You could get 2 downward angles. You're just like, oh, we're just 2 nice people. Or we're both terrified, and we're both terrified of the same thing. So you understand, like, depending on how you create your camera angle will help us to put you in the same boat. You can also use the camera angle to help fuel your emotion. So Jenna, I'll do an exercise with you really quick. Are you on a phone?
Yes.
Okay, so grab the phone and kind of give me like a sitting up, powerful posture. And bring the phone down, like below you.
Oh, okay, hold on. I need to scoot my chair back.
Okay, and it doesn't need to be that low. It can be up a little more. Good. Now bring your face in and let yourself be fueled as the mean girl, okay? And then look down at me. Like you look down at me. You think I am below you. You can tuck your chin a little bit. Yeah, and maybe to the side a bit. And you're just going to kind of like angle your face to the side and then bring your chin down and then look down on me. Yeah, there you go. Like, I'm better than you. You guys see that? How easy that is to do? Okay, so let's go with this. So let's go back to Jonathan and Nick. And Jonathan, can we possibly get you in better light, bro?
Yeah.
We just need you facing a light source.
Light. Anywhere.
Hi, Mama Buckley.
Hello. Boy, I walked in at the right moment, didn't I?
You did. Okay, so we want an angle here. We want him with the light facing him, and then I'm gonna want the camera sort of at like a medium shot, but coming up at him. So it's coming from below, and coming up toward his face.
Sure.
This is my camera woman.
Yeah, that's his problem right there. All right.
So go in closer with that.
We're having to reorganize to do this.
Oh, because we're all balanced. Yeah. So something's happening with the phone where it's adjusting and making things darker. Could you move him over toward the lamp, perhaps, and have him just face the lamp? Is that possible?
Well, it's facing it.
Oh, okay. So put the device on that stand. Is it a phone or a computer?
It's a computer.
Oh, so it's gonna be a little tough. Okay, so maybe grab that chair and just stick that right in front of him or something, or stick the computer on his lap. It's fine. There you go. Now we're getting some light. There you go. Yeah, that's it, Jonathan. You lean down in just like that. Perfect. Okay. Now, Nick, let's put you in your space somewhere where you feel very small.
Okay.
Okay. And we're gonna give you this downward. You're gonna give you the high angle, looking down at you. And you're gonna be looking up into the camera. Jonathan's looking down at you. There you go. Dude, it's crazy. Okay. Now, Jonathan, we're going to just do a quick improv scene. You are psychologically torturing Nick. All right? You have complete power over him.
Yeah.
All right? You're some sort of a genius. And he will do whatever you say. He's totally weak, okay? Let's get more light, Nick. Maybe just push on adjust it back to your face or something like that.
Okay.
The focus. There you go. Okay, action.
You are a pathetic, weak little man.
I know. I'm doing my best, though, boss. I'm doing my best.
Don't come messing around with my woman.
I wasn't, though. I wasn't, though. I mean, I told you I didn't even see her today.
But you were. You gave her my money.
I don't know what money that is, boss, but yeah, I don't know how else to tell you.
You make me sick. Get out of my face.
Okay. You know, I just don't. If that's what you want, I'll do it. Okay, if that's what you want, I'll just do it. Not to worry. So out of your face, here I go. Okay.
The next time you come around here, you're gonna lose a finger.
Okay. Well, that's not necessary because I usually don't come around there, but I'll definitely keep that in mind.
You do that.
All right, good. Let's bring it back. Awesome. So Jonathan took psychological torture and became a mob boss, which I think has been something he's been dreaming of for a while. That was awesome. That was so cool. So, and we all know these two human beings, and Jonathan's like, a gentle man in a chair, and Nick could be imposing if he wanted to, and just by adjusting these camera angles and then adjusting tone slightly, Nick, you looked very small, like you looked tiny, So it made it very believable. It made it really easy to believe what the scene was going on. All right, cool. So who we got left? We got Brooke?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. All right. Who wants to go again? Oh wait, did Andrea? Did you go? You did, right? And Brooke. So who all are missing?
You're gonna have a double, Matt.
I am.
Yeah.
Because Jenna didn't go. Jenna didn't go yet either. Okay, good. So
Yes, what? Yes, that's fine.
I mean,
I'll
you
go
kind
again.
of went with me a little bit. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna go. Andrea and Brooke will go now. Who wants to show the wide?
I'm trying to. I'll do the wide. I'll do the wide. I think I can set up a wide.
All right, good. That means Brooke gets to get it. Oh wait, no, we're not doing that. I'm sorry. We're doing the high and low. I forgot. Okay. So
I can do low.
Okay, there you go.
So I'd be coming down.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to like hold this. I'm just gonna have to hold it.
That'll work. And Brooke, for this one, let's adjust these angles just slightly, so they're a little less dramatic. So come down just a little bit and adjust just a little bit. Okay, good. So here we go. So now you're both gonna be good characters, okay? But Andrea, you're the Batman and she's the Robin. Okay, so I don't know what you do. We'll figure this out in the improvisation. But just imagine that you would be the boss or the leader or the whatever, and you're good people, but you're going to be kind of leading the charge. And Brooke, you're a good character too, but you're coming from more of a nice place, more of an agreeable place. So she's not really intimidating you, but you're willing to follow very quickly. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's just improvise, find out what happens.
All right. Here's the plan, okay? David's birthday is tomorrow, right? And we're all in quarantine, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to do anything. We're going to try to set up something where we can all kind of just drive by his house and maybe drop off some food, some presents, blast some music from our speakers. I don't know who else would come. Do you know anyone else who'd come?
I mean, all of his friends and family. I mean, we can have everyone drive by his house. Everyone he knows. All the people we know.
All right, good. Let's do this really quick. Let's switch characters and switch camera angles.
Okay.
So Andrea, now you're more the assistant, okay? And Brooke, you're gonna tell her what's what.
So should we do like the same thing we were just talking about though, or something different?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Just take a breath. Be inspired off each other.
So for the board meeting tomorrow, I need 15 fresh glazed donuts. And 13 chocolate strawberries specifically for our clients.
I don't think they sell them in 13. What do you want me to do with the extras, or if I can't get 13?
Hey, Andrea, let me ask you a question. What's your experience? Your actor,
What do you mean?
what's your actor experience? I forgot. Have you?
Oh, I do classes, and then I do a lot of theater stuff in school, and I mostly audition for things. I got in one short film, and for everything. Yeah.
Good.
It.
So you have a couple theater bad habits, and I noticed that this was something that came up last night. So I want to help you with this. Okay. Listen longer.
Got it.
Don't already have the answer. Internalize. Don't feel like you. So she was saying, here's what I need for the board meeting. And as she was in the middle of talking, you're going, yep, and kind of interrupting, saying basically like, I already know your idea. But what I want you to do is hear her all the way, trust that we can feel all that agreement happening with you being very still in that close-up, you're listening, and then process the information and either ask a good question or give a statement back that really makes sense from the feeling of where she's coming from. Okay? So just a lot more patience and a lot more trust in your audience that we can see and understand what's going on. You do not have to show us. Okay? All right, here we go.
Could you please also make sure that all of the green M&Ms are separated from the red, and that all of the pistachios are already deshelled?
Deshelled pistachios?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I can do that. I think I can do that, yeah.
And don't forget the 13 chocolate-covered strawberries. 13.
Got it. All right. I think I can do that.
Is that going to be a problem?
No, not at all. I mean, I'm totally fine with that. That's my job, right?
Are you complaining?
Oh, no. I'm not complaining at all. No. I mean, thank you for the opportunity. Yeah.
Could you also take off the little green leaves on top of the strawberries too?
Do you want me to cut off the top, or do you want me to just
Don't cut off the top of the strawberries. That's a waste. Just get rid of the little green leaves.
Just pull them out?
Pull them right off the strawberry.
Okay. All right. I think I can do that. Yeah.
And
Anything else?
That here in 15 minutes.
15?
15 minutes.
Right away, I guess.
Good scene. Andrea, did you feel a difference there?
Yes.
And what's awesome is it's so much easier. You know, like you're not going to get in this panicky place where you're playing catch up all the time. You can really soak in the full offer that's being given to you, process it, and then give a really, like interesting offer back. And I know this is not an improv class, but we happen to get into that space. We got into it last night too. And the few actors that had a lot of theater experience really struggled with this because they wanted so badly to show the audience what was happening. And it's like, no, we already know what's happening. All you have to do is internalize it, listen, and respond. Good?
Yeah, good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Absolutely. Okay. So, Jenna, did you go?
I went. I just did an exercise with you. I didn't go with someone else.
Okay, good. So let's give you a quick little lesson here, and then we'll bring Shay in because she's already at a time where she wants to be in here. Okay, so Kimberly, why don't we give you let's give you the innocent. Let's have you both play innocent here. Good, and now we're going to do an exercise where we try to match each other's energies. And so maybe you're both in the same, I'll let you figure it out in the improvisation, but you're both in the same boat for whatever reason. You both feel vulnerable for the same reason. Something or someone is sort of attacking you in the same way so you can relate to each other and use the camera angles to like really try to match each other's angle almost exactly and even adjust to it so that you can end up being on the same page. All right, here we go. Go a little higher, Jenna. That's it. Okay, good. Now, just one of you ask like, are you okay?
Are you okay?
I think so. How do you feel?
I mean, I feel okay. No.
Yeah. So, what did he do this time?
I don't know. He's always just like he sent a message today that just kind of got to me.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's better than singing in person.
Maybe that's a red flag. As hard as it is to admit.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, good. And I want to let you know what you sort of fell into, and it's kind of okay actually. So Jenna, you didn't end up really in the same boat with her. You ended up more as a counselor.
Okay.
But what's interesting is as you were doing that, the camera sort of drifted down, and it's fine. So you ended up in a little bit more of a power position, and she ended up in a little bit more of a vulnerable position. And think to yourself now, okay, and this is going to be an interesting and almost scary exercise for you to do at home. Notice your own behavior with your phone when you're doing video calls.
Okay.
If you're talking to your mom, this is for everybody. You're talking to your mom, you're talking to your dad, you're talking to your boyfriend, you're talking to your sister. You have something to say, like some sort of a story, or you're trying to cover up something. Notice how you naturally move the phone to a certain spot to try to like portray a particular feeling to the other person. And it's very interesting. And you can watch how other people do it too. You can watch when you're talking to them. Just be curious. Just watch them and go like, I wonder why they're holding the phone at that angle, because they did choose it. Like they picked that angle. So do they want me to feel sorry for them? Are they just trying to come across as nice, or like, you know what I mean? Like it's a very interesting social experiment you can do. All right, do we have questions? Anybody? Okay, so you're going to get your ambiguous scenes, except for you, Dakota. Everyone's going to get to work those scenes. You get to develop them. You can change them. You can rewrite a little bit. Really have fun. And I want to really show out next week, okay? So put a ton of effort in. I want to see really creative choices, really fun, interesting scenes. In the rehearsal, fail. Like, come up with cool ideas that are weird and try them. Dare to be big and physical. Dare to switch positions sometimes. So you might start in a wide for a particular reason, come close. Then the other person might find a way to get into a wide angle later. So just figure out a way how you can use this and be very, very creative to help enhance the choices that you've made in your script. Okay? All right, Shay Topol is back. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my time in the class. Those of you watching it online, thank you. Welcome to Deering Acting Studio. This is your first experience. We sure appreciate you. Like, subscribe to our channel. It's just so much love to you actors. You guys did a great job tonight. Appreciate you all very much. Have an awesome, awesome night.
Thank you, Matt.